Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. Most people with IRAs, individual retirement accounts, open them with a bank or brokerage firm. We call this firm the custodian, and they will limit what can go into the account. And typically, these custodians limit your investments to stocks or bonds or mutual funds with whom they have a distribution agreement with. Now, a little known option that allows owners of an IRA to have unlimited control of the investments that they can hold in an IRA is called a self-directed IRA. Assets permitted in self-directed IRAs include things like real estate, promissory notes, tax lien certificates, mortgages, U.S. gold coins, and all types of private placement securities. Now, I have clients who use self-directed IRAs to hold promissory notes and mortgages and contract for deeds primarily. The IRA acts like a bank by making a loan, which typically we like to be secured by real estate, to a non-related party. They can often earn 5 to 10% returns on these types of loans. Well, and of course, they're very non-diversified, so there is a significant risk of having to foreclose on the loan and losing a portion of your investment. So a person needs to take that into consideration. But nevertheless, they can be very, very good instruments, especially when the loan-to-ratio or loan-to-debt ratios are significantly low, like it's a $200,000 property, you make a $100,000 loan against it in first position. That can be a very, very secure investment. Now, before you jump into a self-directed IRA, you need to do a little bit of homework, as with anything. When you make an investment in a self-directed account, you are on your own. The custodian does little more than be sure your documents are in order. It is completely up to you to do your own due diligence on the merit of any investment. Self-directed IRAs are proving to be such a magnet for unscrupulous promoters of very dubious investment schemes that the SEC recently issued an investor alert warning owners to look out for fraudulent promoters. The best advice is the old axiom, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. That said, Ed Slott, who is publisher of the IRA Advisor, has some tips for the self-directed IRA owner. First, be sure the investment is allowed in an IRA. Not everything is. Life insurance, collectibles, numismatic coins, and S corporation stock are not allowed. Number 2, don't partner with or purchase anything from a disqualified person. Who is a disqualified person? Well, a spouse, a child, a grandchild, or someone acting in a fiduciary role for the IRA, like a financial advisor. 3, if you sell real estate held in a traditional IRA, gains are taxed at ordinary income rates when the proceeds come out of the IRA instead of as long-term capital gains. Now, this can really be significant. Gains on real estate held in Roth IRAs, though, come out tax-free. So if you're going to hold real estate in an IRA, probably should be in a Roth IRA. Number 4, don't think of putting your business into an IRA and letting all those profits, if you have profits, continue to grow tax-free. I mean, it's a great idea, but there's a thing called the unrelated business income tax, which is levied on a business owned by a tax-exempt entity like an IRA. Number 5, the IRS prohibits a disqualified person from running or occupying any business or investment owned by the IRA. Now be careful on this one. You or your extended family can't farm land owned by an IRA. You can't occupy, even for a day, a property that is owned by your IRA. Doing so is going to nullify your IRA, and it'll make it completely taxable. Number 6, investment real estate in an IRA might be best owned free and clear of any financing. There's another little item called the unrelated debt financed income tax, which applies to mortgage loans. Also, if you are going to personally guarantee a loan, which you often have to do on real estate, it becomes a prohibited transaction that nullifies your IRA. So if you're going to have a loan on property owned in your IRA, it must be non-recourse. Number 7, you must value the assets in your IRA annually. This is a no-brainer if you own stocks and bonds and mutual funds, but for real estate, it may mean paying for costly annual appraisals. 8, real estate owned by an IRA must generate enough cash flow to pay all its expenses. Now, this is really important you understand. Writing a personal check for repairs or loaning money to your IRA are prohibited transactions. And again, the IRA will become fully taxable. Finally, number 9, holding illiquid investments in a self-directed IRA poses a problem when you reach 70 and a half and have to begin taking required minimum distributions. Obviously, you can't pay out something that you can't convert to cash. So you have to be very, very careful about that. So, in summary, self-directed IRAs can be great tools to bolster retirement income, but they've got to be used properly. Just be sure that you consider all of these pitfalls before you take the plunge. Thanks for joining me.